Hello, everyone. Welcome. And I know some of you have already done this, but drop in the chat. I love communicating. I love hearing, who you are, where you're from. And as I go through my presentation tonight and my training, I want you guys to feel extremely comfortable going in there and chatting, making comments, but also asking questions. Don't hesitate to ask the questions, throw it over there. Number one, either I or my business partner, Jess, who you will see has her picture up right now. She is on with us as well. She will get in here and answer some questions too if I miss them. So please do not hesitate to do that. And let's just jump in. So you are here because obviously this specific topic interested you. And I am excited about that because this is where I love to live. I love to live in the follow up. And this is where most people don't live. There's non existent follow up, right? So, this topic is super fun for me. Again, follow up like a pro. How many of you guys watching right now were like, oh my gosh, I need to follow up like a pro? Or are you like, I'm following up, but I want to follow up even better? Give me a little range of 1 to 10. 1, you're not following up enough, and 10, you're like, I got this, but you might have something for me tonight. Drop a number up in the chat for me of where you are. I just want to gauge where you are right now with your follow-up game. Need it to get better. Yes, absolutely, Dawn. Don't we all, right? Here's the thing. And this is why I have this as my subtopic here is follow up like a pro, but to stay top of mind without being pushy, without being salesy, without being spammy, right? Because that I think is a big misconception. But the number one reason people don't follow up like a pro is because they're like, oh, I don't want to bug them. I don't want to, right? How many of you guys have ever felt like that? Give me like a hand up in the chat if you feel like that. And you're like, but I don't know how many times is too many times, right? So I'm going to cover all of that today in this training here, but I want to help you turn leads into customers with a smart follow-up strategy. And I'm going to give you my secret sauce. I'm going to show you my secret sauce. Okay. So let's dive right in. So it is absolutely time to follow up like a pro. My name is Natasha Robertson. For those of you that I have not had the privilege yet of meeting, I am a marketing specialist. I really like to specialize in automation. That is where I have the most fun. I'm the co-creator of the Self-Made Hub, and you guys will see Jessica's little picture up in the chat there. She is the founder, the creator. She was the brains, the vision behind the hub. So you'll hear more about that in this presentation as well. But I specialize in helping female entrepreneurs add systems to their businesses. That doesn't mean if you are a male that I don't help you. Trust me, I got lots of them. But majority of my clients are females. But I want to help you save time. I want to help you make more money, and I want to help you scale effortlessly. How many of you want those same things? You want to save time, you want to make more money, and you want to scale effortlessly. If you say I in the comment, if that is you, I, just drop an I. Exactly. So I have over 15 years of experience in the online space, over 15 years as an entrepreneur, but I have, in my time online, I've generated over $300 million in online sales. So I can tell you, number one, you don't do those kind of numbers without systems in place, automation on place, and follow up on point. Okay. So I have a little bit of experience to help you in this topic. So I want to share how to follow up like a pro by seriously, I want you to stay top of mind without being pushy. So if you guys are cool with that, then let's dive in. Today's agenda, I'm going to talk to you about the science of following up. And I'm going to also talk to you how to create the authentic messaging so you don't sound salesy, spammy, pushy, and like an AI robot, right? I'm going to show you how to build a system that works while you sleep. I'm going to touch on that. I'm not going to show you the whole thing, but I'm going to touch on that. And I have a special workshop only for those of you who are on live with us tonight offer to help you get started in your following up like a pro. Okay. So that'll be at the end. Stay to the end for that special offer that I have here. But by the end of today, you'll have a clear strategy for following up like a pro. Okay. Gonna really help you with this. So let me give you some statistics. I am a numbers person. If you are also, I think you will like these statistics just for awareness. You won't actually like them, but the probably you don't like them is because they are true, possibly for you. So 80% of sales require 5 to 14 follow-ups. Do you agree? Have you heard that? The fortune's in the follow-up. I mean, everybody has heard that, right? Drop fortunes in the follow-up if you've heard that. But even though you've heard that, most people stop at 1 to 2 follow-ups. Like they stop following up after 1 or 2 follow-ups. But we know 80% of sales come from 5 to 14 touches. Well, we are set it like we legit before we even start are set up for failure at that point. If we know 80%, and yet most people only do 1 to 2. So be honest, be honest. This is where we make some breakthroughs, where we have that transformation in this topic specifically. Tell me in the chat, honestly, I'm saying this, honestly, when you have somebody reach out to you or you reach out to them, they have interest, right? They've either asked you or they have piqued interest by you reaching out to them. How many times do you continue to follow up with them? Like, what's the average that you do? And there's no wrong answer here. We know what it needs to be. We know what most people do. I just want you to drop it in the chat. How many times are you following up? Right, 3 times. Wow, we haven't even got to 5, right? Like 3 to 4, 2 times. Because, and I also want to ask you in the chat, why is that? What is the main reason you stop at 2, Lisa, or you stop at 3, Dawn, or you stop at 3, Michael? Like what do you feel is the reason you stop there? Yeah, you get busy. You drop the ball. Absolutely. You forget who you talked to 2 weeks ago, right? You don't have a good system of knowing who, what, when, where, right? Like, when did I talk to them? What did I talk to them about? How did I talk to them? And where do I want to take them, right? You were never taught to do 5 to 14 touches. Oh, well, I am so glad you are here. Okay, my friend, I am so glad you are here. Yes, or they say I'll check back later. It's left too open-ended. Absolutely. Okay, so let me give you a few more stats before I give you the juice here, okay? Giving up too soon. How many of you guys can say you've given up too soon? You know those pictures that you see on Instagram where it's like that dude like mining and he's like chipping away, chipping away. The one guy keeps going and the other guy turns around. He's literally inches away from the diamonds. You see that picture all the time. Well, that is exactly the first thing. People give up way too soon, right? Way too soon. 44% of salespeople, right? We're all salespeople here, give up just after 1 follow-up. That's insane. That's crazy. Okay. You will no longer, as of tonight, you will not be part of that statistic, right? Like, nope, you're not doing it anymore. You are going to at least get to 2 or 3. I'd love, and I'm going to show you how to get to 14 effortlessly, okay? But 92% of sales reps give up before the prospect says yes. Oh, these numbers are just like mind blowing. We all probably, if we think about it, we all know that this is happening to us, right? But to see it makes it real. So 79% of marketing leads never convert to sales because of inconsistent follow up. Oh my gosh, Dawn, I know. Why would we do this? And like looking at this page of all the stats, you're thinking, why? But why? Why do we set ourselves up for failure? Why even begin in the first place unless you have something in place to truly convert, right? Like, why? Why? Well, how many of you guys are cool with making that transformation today with us of going, no more, no more am I going to be that statistic, right? All right, so let's talk real quick about the psychology of a follow-up. Why people don't respond to the first message. And I believe, as well as the facts are the facts, all research that I have found is a lot of times we, as sales individuals, do not follow up because the person doesn't respond. Can you like Give me a 1 in the comment if that's probably the main biggest reason that the next follow-up doesn't happen. They didn't respond to your last message. They didn't respond to your first message, right? Doesn't matter if it was the first or the third message, but once they stop responding to you, we kind of get in this like weird, like, ooh, what do I say? What did I say wrong? Why didn't they respond to me? Well, the reality is you probably did not say anything wrong. They're busy, right? Maybe they're just simply busy. This top one right here, they're just busy at the time that you got the message. Like, how many of you can tell me in the chat right now that you have messages that all of a sudden you're like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe I did not respond to you 2 weeks ago. When they text you, like I just had a friend do it. They texted me. I'm like, "Oh my gosh, you asked me a question 2 weeks ago. I am so sorry. I got so busy. I must have forgot to come back to it." Guys, it doesn't mean they didn't want to respond. It was just a time that they were just too busy. Another one right here is lack of trust. We're meeting so many people on social media that we're just like throwing links at them and going, go buy, go buy. Well, maybe they're not buying on those first few touches because they just don't trust you, right? It's going back to that know, like, and trust, right? I'm going to show you how to build that know, like, and trust on autopilot. How many of you guys want to know how I do it on autopilot? Drop auto in the comments if you are excited to see my autopilot conversion system. Yes, I am all about auto because I am too busy to remember to touch somebody 14 times. It is real. It is real. But then also sometimes it's just a clear call to action, right? You don't actually give them a clear call to action. They're just confused, right? So how many of you guys, when you look back and evaluate the last message you sent to somebody that they didn't respond on, I always look at it not to be like, oh my gosh, why didn't they respond? I go, oh, what might I do different in the next message? And a lot of times, my what might I do different in the next message is I just didn't even tell them what I wanted them to do. I had zero call to action, or it was very unclear, or it's so open ended, just like you said in the chat, that they're just like, hey, just let me know what you think. How many of you use that, right? Just let me know what you think. What if I don't think anything? What if I'm unsure what to think? What if I don't even know what I'm looking at? I'm so unclear, right? Unclear. The next one here is decision fatigue. Oh my goodness. This is huge. How many of you have felt this? Like you go to a website and you're like, okay, you've seen of something that you're like super interested in. You're like, I need that. That is for me. It's going to help me with X, Y, Z, right? And you get over to the products page and there's just so many options that you're like, I don't even know. I'm so many decisions. Well, you got decision fatigue because there's just too many options. I want somebody to literally say, I'm looking for this, and they tell me, go buy this, go order this, join this. I have one decision to make. Is this right for me? This. And I don't have all these other ones, right? How many of you guys have sent them like you know in the past that you've sent follow-up message where it's like, if you want this, go here and do this and buy this, but if you want this, add this. And now if you really want this, go add this to it too. They're not buying anything. And you can probably look back and go, yeah, they didn't buy anything, right? So with that, there's decision fatigue. They're just distracted in life. I know, like, being busy is one thing, but being distracted, right, at the moment. So if somebody messages me, well, I'm watching my kids play basketball, football, or baseball. I am zoned in. It's their time present. I'm not like distracted with life, but I'm focused on life, that all other messages are not important to me. So if somebody sends me a follow-up during those moments, I may be distracted at that moment with life things that I'm not going to get back to them. That's not because the message was incorrect or spammy or salesy or pushy. I probably appreciate that message, but it was just the wrong timing. Okay. And then there's the obvious. People just get a little bit too salesy and spammy, right? It's like those scripts that you've seen out there and you're like, if you read a script, I'm just going to give you a little tip here. If you read a script and it feels a little salesy, spammy to you, like you instantly get this like feeling in your gut, like, ooh, I don't know. But this is the script they said to use. Do yourselves a favor. Take that script and make it you. Change it. Use some chat GPT to help you change up the words so that you feel confident and comfortable sending that message. Too many times in sales, they're sending scripts they're not comfortable with. Get comfortable with the messaging. And it's going to be similar, but it's going to be your personality. So, anytime you feel too salesy, it probably is. Okay. So, mistakes that will kill your follow up. We kind of talked about these a little bit, but being just too generic, like, hey, just checking in. I see those messages and I'm like, what do you want? What do you need? Like, hello, be a little bit more specific, right? But also, you can be too aggressive, like, why haven't you responded? That's not probably a good one, right? So, like, I will be sometimes in my follow up, not on autopilot, but I'm like looking and, you'll hybrid, you'll jump in and manually talk to people and stuff, right? I'll be like, I'll send a voice clip like, hey, I noticed that you had a ton of interest. You were asking tons of questions, and I haven't heard from you in a while. Um, what can I help you with? What might be confusing to you right now? Do you have a specific question about this result and this product that we were chatting about? I'd love to help answer those questions. I'm still asking them in that message why they haven't responded, but I'm not saying it, why haven't you responded? So I call it the chameleon way around with your words. Be a chameleon. You know what you want to say, but make it, more customer servicey. And then another mistake is just being absolutely just too salesy, right? You're just too salesy. It happens. I get it. No big deal, but let's make adjustments to that, right? Instead of say buy this now, you're going to change it to a little softer. Like, I'd love to help you get started today. When is a good time to jump on the phone, or when's a good time today for you to get started? It's the same thing. I'm asking them to buy it now. I'm just being more polite about it. So I'll tell you, one of the main reasons and what I do in the Self Made Hub with Self Made is I help people automate and personalize and optimize the follow up so you can stay top of mind and effortlessly, right? So you can create that customer journey, that customer flow that you want to take somebody on without it being pushy, salesy, and spammy. We can actually see it and then put it into autopilot, and then you never, ever, ever miss a follow up, right? So I want to give you just a simple, this is super simple, yet everybody complicates it or just doesn't do it. Okay. We want to do it. We want to make this as simple as possible, but this is your follow up message formula. Tell me in the chat if you are pretty good at the hook, like getting them interested, getting them curious. Are you good with the hook? Like, ooh, that's for me. Ooh, wait, I want to hear what she has to say. Oh, that actually sounds interesting. A lot of people are missing the hook. So then they have no interest, right? There's no awareness, there's no like interest, there's no that. We want to always have a hook that takes them and leans them in more, right? We want them to go in more. We want them to lean in to go, I can't live without this. Or I need their service. I need their support. I need their platform. I need this, right? We want everybody to keep leaning in. And so with a hook, you want to make it personal. You want to make it engaging. You want to make it relevant to your niche, the people you're talking to, but yet also the product, the solution, right? The service, the opportunity, whatever that's you're solving for them. You want to make it very personal, engaging, and relevant. Second one is value. Oh my gosh, I got pitched today. I get pitched all the time, right? I'm sure you guys do too. But the hook was great because, like, what I read it first on the message, I was like, oh, yeah, let me open this. It took me from being aware I had a message to I was curious to see what it was about. I wanted to learn more. Well, as soon as I opened it, it was a hook and it was an ask. There was no value in between. There was no give in between. And I was like, what? Wait, we haven't even talked yet. You want to hook me in, you want to sell me, but I'm not even sure if this is something I want yet. Like, I don't mean become friends with them. That's not what I mean. I don't believe in, oh, you got to just talk to them for 4 or 5 messages before you ask them to buy. I do like people telling me this is how you can go get this, but I also need some value. How many of you guys agree with that? Like, you don't want to be sold hard, but you do want to kind of be sold hard with some value. I like hook, value, and sell me. I love it. It can be in one message. It can be in two messages. I like that because I want to get to the point. I don't want 5,000 best friends. I just want solutions, right? You want to serve them. So if you feel your messaging, your follow-ups are missing value, then we know that that's the missing ingredient. We just gotta add that ingredient into your recipe, and I'm guessing your conversions will go up. Then the last one, the call to action. More times than not, the call to action, like, what do you want me to do next, is always missing. Like, when you're following up with somebody, you don't always have to send them to go buy, but you can send them to book a call with you. You can send them to download your, list of 10 ingredients that will help them lose 10 pounds in the next 30 days, right? You can ask them to go do something. Like, what's next? Sometimes my follow up is read my friend's amazing story of how the system took her follow up game from nothing to a pro. My call to action is read her story, right? I told you guys, go read her story. And then I'll have a button or a picture and then a video, or watch this video to hear, Susie Joe's story. My call to action isn't to go buy something, it's to read or learn more about my friend's story, right? So a call to action is just simply, what's the next step you want them to do? Make it super, super, super clear, right? And what I'll say is, let the Self-Made Hub and us, your mentors, Jess and I, help you automate this process. So many times our lives are way too busy to do this, right? We're like, oh my gosh, I got to follow up. I need to have a hook. I need to have some value. I need to tell them what to do next. I ain't got time for this, right? The reality is most people don't. They don't have time, and that's why the follow-up fails. Well, if your follow-up is failing, so is your retention, so is your new customers, new business partners, right? It's in that fail zone. Let's get you out of fail zone and into success zone. And let's just be honest. We just don't have the time to manually do this. So every single one of you are going to go, I need automation. I need help with this, right? I need consistent follow-up, and I just don't have the time to manually follow up. So in the chat, I'd love to know this answer to this question. In your business, whatever that is, network marketing, small business, right? You have a product, you're selling something, you're offering a service, you have an opportunity. To reach the goal of the number of new customers you want in a month, to reach that goal, how many conversations do you need to start to hit that number? What is your number? And if you don't know, just put a question mark in the chat. What is the number of conversations you must start to reach your goal? A lot. Question mark. Okay. All right. Here's something. This is not actually part of my training tonight, but here's the deal. The reality is, the thousands and thousands of people I've coached over the years, their answer is usually they don't know, right? They don't know. Tell me in the chat how many new customers you would like to have, realistically, you would like to have this month. In the month of February, it's 28 days. What's the new customer number you would like to have? 20, 32, 10, right? 15. Okay, awesome. We're going to get to that equation. I'm going to actually get you guys to the equation. All right, so if you want 10, right? 15, 10. All right, cool. These are great numbers. Great numbers. With that, I want to ask you and be really, really honest with me. How many people are you talking to daily? Like today, how many people did you talk to today? 0. Okay. Yep. 8, 3, good. 2, 0, 4. Right? Okay. I'm just going to take this for instance. All right. Dawn, is it okay? Give me a thumbs up or give me a yes if I can use you as an example. Are you cool with that, Dawn? I think that'll be good. Good numbers there. Just give me a yes or a thumbs up in the chat if you're cool with me using you as an example here. I'll use Lisa. Hold on. Yes. Okay. I'll use you. Okay. I just seen your number last. So, okay. So Dawn, you said your goal was 15. You wanted 15 new customers. And today we're at what? 7:27. Okay. So we're at almost 7:30. So probably you have about an hour left if you're on the East Coast to send any messages today before it feels like you're out of that zone of time when it's appropriate to talk to people, right? So if we want to get 15 new customers, but we've talked to 0 today, how close is she to that goal, right? Very far away, right? So if we know on average it takes 5 to 14 touches, so let's just go with 10. If we want to convert 10 people, or she actually wants 15 people, and we need to talk to them probably about 10 times to convert just the, if she talked to 15 people today, I just want to make your mind expand on this and realize how these numbers are so important. If she wanted to convert 15 sales, right? And we know we got to talk to them about 10 times before they convert. If she talked to 15 people today, between that, just those 15 people, she would have to have 150 conversations with those 15 to convert them in the month of February. That's just those 15 people. How many of you thinking right now, like, there's no way? Just drop no way in the chat if you're like, there's no way I can manually talk to 15 people 10 times in the month of February to close just those 15, let alone knowing that your conversion of those 15 people is probably about 40%, right? So 40% of those 15 are going to be interested to move further into the decision making. So we still got to find new people. We still got to talk to more people. We still got to start conversations. So what I knew back when I figured out my numbers, and you guys won't know this number yet, right? Because it just depends on your consistency. Well, I had systems. I'm going to show you my system, but depending on your system that's converting them automatically on autopilot, I knew if I could get, I wanted 20 new customers every month. That was when I was doing my numbers, right? Back when I was in network marketing, right? So back when I was there, I knew my numbers. I wanted 20 new customers. I knew I needed to talk to them about 10 times, 5 to 14 times. And I knew that my conversion was about 22%. So I knew I had to talk to way more people than 20 people because only 22% of the amount of people I would put in my funnel, right, into my follow-up funnel would actually convert. So I needed to get close to like 300 into my funnel every month to definitely hit my goal and go beyond. Does that make sense? And now you're sitting here thinking like, whoa, that's a lot of people. It's people from the past, right? Somebody I might have talked to back in November that's in my follow-up still in February, right? I re-engage them. It's not brand new. It's just new conversations leading them to buy. So I knew I needed to get 250 to 300 into my follow-up to convert 20 to 30, right? Some months I'd have 30 convert, some months I'd have 20, right? So it's just crazy. It's crazy, those numbers. But I knew that there was no possible way, me as a mom, business owner, that I could do this manually. So either I had 2 choices: put it in place and automate it, or lower my goal. How many of you guys want to lower your goal? No way, right? No way. You're not lowering your goal. I want you to increase your goal. No way are you lowering it. I want you to go from 10 to 20 to 30 to 200, right? I want you guys to increase your goal because you can, because you leverage systems. You leverage the framework of the follow-up system I'm about to show you. Okay. So some winning examples of some DMs, SMS, and emails. So 1 second, I'm going to stop share for a second. You're going to see all of us here. I'm going to open up. Oh goodness, where does that go? Hold on. I can't find my screen anymore. I see you guys, but I lost my screen. Jess usually does all of this. She's an expert at it. Give me 2 seconds here. Okay. I'm going to pull this up and show you guys a full flow that we can throw on automation. And number 1, free up your time. Number 2, make more money. How many of you guys want to make more money? You want to free up your time. And, all right, here it is. Sorry about that. I I lost my whole screen on that. So I apologize for that. I'm going to go ahead and share screen again. And now you are seeing my little conversion impact system. This is something that I've created that I know I've tested. I have proven that this 14 points over 30 days is going to increase your conversions. If you have 0 conversions right now, we're for sure getting results. But if you have like 5 conversions and you want to get to 10, I guarantee you, if you put this in place, you're going to increase that by at least 3 to 4 just by putting this in place. How many of you guys, tell me in the chat if you want to increase your sales by simply putting in a 14-point conversion system? Now, this one here is about, this is an email, 14 points that we're going to touch them in email over 30 days. Because another question a lot of people ask is like, how often should I touch them? How often should I follow up with them? How often should I DM them? How often should I text them? How often should I email them? Well, I have it proven here. We know it works. We know that if you give them a day in between or 2 days, they don't get annoyed. They're not unsubscribing. They're not telling you to stop. They don't put you on the block list because you're going to do it correctly, right? We're not going to spam them. We're not going to sell them. We're going to provide value and give them a call to action. So as soon as they're asking for information, and you've had that first conversation, you want to put them into this conversion impact system. Day 1, you're just going to simply welcome them. Like, thank you. It was so nice to chat with you, right? This is very general. And I'm telling you, you can put all of this on autopilot and them still feel very, very connected and personalized. This is not robot. This is not, they don't feel like you are talking directly to them. There are so many awesome ways to do this in your wording. So day 1 is just welcome them and introduce them to the product that they were just asking about, right? They asked a question on social media, boom, they go into this conversion system. We're going to touch them over the next 30 days. So as you can see, we got a hook, we got some value, and we got a call to action, right? So 2 days later, on day 3, we're going to send them some science, some features behind your product. We want to give them some goods. We want to provide value, right? So some key highlights, maybe you want to give them an explanation. Maybe it's a video and the call to action is like, discover why your product works. Click here. Not spammy, not salesy, but we're going to get them hooked in. We're going to give them enough value that they want to click the button to go and purchase. Does that make sense? 2 days later, we just want to give them a day in the life with your product, some real stories. Imagine a day simplified, right? Imagine a day following with 500 people and you're at the beach. Imagine a day where your social media is kicking off and a reel goes viral and every single person is getting responded to. They're getting a DM and they're getting followed up with while you get to enjoy time with your family and not worry about your phone and all the people waiting for you to respond because they're getting responded to. Day in the life, right? 2 days later, we're going to overcome some objections. How many of you guys know the top 5 objections of your product, service, or opportunity? You already know what stops people. Let's just overcome them right away in a text, in an email, and a DM. Like, why are we waiting for the objection to come? Let's just overcome them right here. Social proof. Everybody loves a story, right? Stories sell way faster than facts. So give them some more social proof here. Your call to action is simple. Ready for your transformation. It's not go buy my product. It's about them. It's about them, right? Have some fun. 2 days later, let's have some fun. You're going to hear some fun ways to use my product. Here's some fun, stories that have happened because of them joining my opportunity, right? They've been able to pay for Disney vacation, right? Make it fun where they can step into that life. Include some videos, some pictures, right? The 13 touch we're going to do here, day 13, sorry, is why it matters. Why is your product better than the 500 out there in the world? Why are you better of a leader than the other ones they could choose to join? Why is your service the best, right? Compared to the other 5 in your community? Why? I always like to offer some limited time, right? I like to do a little off here for a limited time, exclusive deal just for them. I like to take it behind the brand, right? Behind the brand of who you are. And some people are like, well, how do I talk about my company? Well, no, behind you are the brand, right? They're buying you and your influence towards whatever product, opportunity, or service that you offer. And it might not be your company, but they're behind the brand. Like, what about you? Share your story of why you chose this product. Share your story of why you started. You're the brand. And this is where people, I want to emphasize this. People get held up on this because they're like, but it's not my company. I don't own it. No, 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 no. You own you and your story and why you started. So that's going to be about you unless you are talking about your company, right? We would, behind the brand would be us talking about Self-Made because it's our company, our brand. Showing them some more results. Why not? People love social proof. Incorporate your product. This is always fun. How to make this product part of your routine. I see this all the time with women who are selling skincare or makeup, right? They're doing get ready with me or my nighttime routine, or if they're in health and wellness, it's like, make my protein shake with me, or take my supplements with me. They're doing these short videos. You can put that into an email, a text, or a DM, right? Stop only thinking that the only way to do touches is by putting a reel out on social media. No, that's called awareness. This is called touching. We want to take them from aware to curious and into our follow-up. Does that make sense? Give me a yes in the comments if this is all making sense. I like to then we're 5 days from the end of the month, right? I want to bust some myths. The truth about this product, because we all know, let's take the hub for instance, Self-Made Hub. Oh, I'm not techie. Oh, I've never been good at figuring out technology. Well, the myth is you might not be good at tech, but if you're open to learning and being mentored, we're the right place for you. You get the tech with the mentors, and that fear of not being techie should be gone, fly away. I don't know how to start. I don't know where to begin. Awesome. In the Self-Made Hub, we have these templates already created with tutorials of how to use them and when to use them and why to use them. So that fear, that myth, right? Gone. All the things make a list of some myths about your product, service, or opportunity that you can bust in some of these emails. Have some fun, right? I always do a last call. I always let them know hey, don't miss out on that offer that I gave you a few days ago. Reinforce deadlines when it comes to promos that you're giving your leads. And then just have that call to action. As you can see, every single one of these is the hook, the value, and the call to action. Every single one of them. And then on the last day, it's kind of like my thank you, my final nudge. It's kind of like this fun thing, oh, it's been so nice chatting with you. I'm not going anywhere, but you're not going to hear from me as often. And thank you for being part of wanting to learn more about my product. I'm here when you're ready to have that transformation. Provide some last opportunities, some purchase, some engagement, right? And then we take the final steps. We say, head over here the moment you're ready to start your transformation. You deserve it, right? It's more about them, but yet leading them into that. So after seeing this framework, are you a little more clear on what you can send 14 touches about? Oh my gosh, I could easily create 14 touches off that framework. I could so put this in place. I could absolutely crush my follow-up with this system. How many of you guys are a lot more confident after seeing that? You're absolutely, absolutely. Yes, 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 absolutely. How many of you guys are overwhelmed? You're oh my gosh, how do I implement it? What do I do? How do I do this? I'm telling you what, I understand. And I've been there. We all have. And I'm going to tell you how in a few minutes. I'm going to actually tell you how you don't actually have to create any of that other than the actual copy about those. So give me 1 second here as I share my screen again. All right. You're probably seeing this little kitty that's sleeping. I don't even like cats. I'm sorry if you love cats. I don't know why this isn't popping up. Hold on. Sorry. Never. Give me a second here. No idea why it's not sharing my screen. I don't know. I'm sorry. Here we go. I'm just going to go with it. I'm just going to try one more time. And if it doesn't work, then I am just going to go with it. It worked. Okay. All right. I'm back. Sorry about that. Okay. So building a system that works while you sleep. Here's the deal. Manual follow-ups are holding you back. I think you guys all agree with me on that, right? Manual follow-up is holding you back. So it's time to put the power of automation into your business, into your life. So we never want to forget to follow up again. How many of you guys can agree with that? You never want to forget who to follow up with. You want to keep your leads engaged without the manual effort, and you want to convert on autopilot. Yes and yes. Drop a yes in the comments if you are like, yes, I am ready for power of automation, right? So with that, the Self-Made Hub is going to provide you the tools to manage all your campaigns, track them seamlessly. Listen, 3 tools. You only need 3 tools. And I have a little special announcement, but 3 tools. You need a lead capture system, right? Where you're going to capture them so you can talk to them, right? You need a place to capture them. You need an automated nurture sequence. I just told you my 14-point conversion, right? I already told you that one. And you need conversion tracking. You need to be able to track who came in and who ordered, who started, who said yes, right? How many of you guys are like, I don't even know who I'm talking to, let alone who's in my follow-up funnel, all these people that I need to remember to follow up with. And then, convert, convert, convert. You get excited when somebody converts, but do you do anything after, right? That's a whole nother topic. Anywho, but I want to help you. We want to help you streamline your process and track your leads. The secret is, the announcement is, we do all of this in one place. You do not need multiple platforms to do this. We have an all-in-one platform where you can capture, automate, and convert all in one place. You can do all your emails, your text messages, your DMs, your funnels, right? If you like to build websites, do funnels, literally you can do everything in our platform. You name it, you can do it. You want to create a quiz, you want to create a form, you want to have a QR code, right? I'll just stop there. But anyways, you can do everything in our platform. And it's the system that's going to run. It's all for you, right? The Self-Made Hub, it's an all-in-one platform that's going to help you automate, right? How many of you guys are like already like, this is too good to be true? There's like way too good to be true that it's all in one place. I just need one login to get there. And you're telling me you got templates for the 14-point conversion. You have tutorials on how to do all this stuff. Like, and you guys are going to mentor us? Like, yeah, I'm telling you, absolutely. One dashboard, everything is in one place. So here's just a few of our friends. How many of you guys know Coach Fryer? You guys know Coach Fryer? He's an amazing friend, mentor of ours. We actually had a coaching session with him this morning, and we are super stoked. He's helping us. He's coaching us with our social media, so he's an expert. But his right here, he uses the Self-Made Hub. I've been marketing online for 11 plus years, and for the first time ever, because of the systems and the automation built in Self-Made, his entire business has been simplified while literally making sales while he sleeps. No joke. No joke on that. We talk about numbers all the time. I'm telling you, we simplified his systems. We got him on one platform. We fine-tuned with him, and it's like making money on autopilot. But more importantly, he's not leaving people behind. He's not forgetting to follow up with them. He's not leaving them and missing those opportunities, right? This is another friend of ours, Bethany Jury. She is like a rock star on social media, and she's got thousands of leads, thousands and thousands of leads coming in on the monthly. And really, this is her testimony. The reality is you never know when your reel is going to take off. That is the truth with this woman. And when it takes off, you need to be set. And she is so grateful that Social Sync, which is inside of our Self-Made Hub, was able to reply, get people the link, and help her follow up to answer more of their questions automatically. I had a reel take off at 10 a.m. one morning. I was able to pop in, make the automation, bring it literally thousands of leads, which I would not have been able to on my own. Social Sync, which is one of our programs inside the hub, is literally must have for any entrepreneur seeking to monetize without being glued to their phone. Amen to that. I do not want to be glued to my phone. This is another great friend of ours, Sarah Johnson. She says Social Sync has been a game changer for her business. Finally, I'm done juggling multiple platforms, right? Forgetting your logins, all the things, and it has saved me both money and time. Now with everything organized in one place, I have the freedom to focus on what matters most, growing my business and enjoying more time on the important things. Amen, amen, amen on that, right? So what's holding you back, right? Maybe there's nothing holding you back. You're just like, Natasha, just tell me how I can get started with the Self-Made Hub. How can I get mentored by you and Jess, right? But sometimes you might have still a little bit of fear of tech and the lack of knowledge. Drop in the chat if you're like, oh, I'm still a little nervous. I'm a little fearful of tech. Drop that in the chat. Let us know. Let's be real here. Maybe you feel overwhelmed with systems. Trust me, before we launched the Self Made Hub, I was overwhelmed with systems. I had 9 platforms I was working on, and I didn't even know which one I needed to log into for what I was needing to do because I was like, oh my gosh. So I was overwhelmed and I just stopped using most of them. And so to log into one place and be able to do it is like simplifies that right there. But maybe another one that's holding you back is struggling to find the time to actually build your dream business. It is a dream, it's a vision that you have. You want to build this massive business, but you can't even find the time to build it. All You need us, right? You need us. So this self-made is the answer. I can preach it all day long. But one thing I can tell you, platforms are platforms, but none of the platforms come with us. Your tech savvy mentors. Jess and I both have over 15 years separate, so over 30 years combined, where we're here to help you with strategy for your business, how to infuse and the technology into your business, how to take what you want and automate it. And we have templates and tutorials and live training mentorship. So last but not least, you just got to pick your membership level. We have 4 options here, and I'm telling you, you want to build the dream business. You want to be able to do all things in your follow up. You want to email people, you want to text people, you want to DM people. You want to have this thing running while this here number 3 is the creator. This is where all the focus, the ones that are like true business, I want to build this business, this is where they find themselves falling because it is the power to build it all. It allows you to jump in here and get unlimited, the entire platform. Nothing is held back from you. So as you go and look at your memberships, we have 4 options, but I bet 99.9% of you on tonight are going to fall into the creator bucket. Maybe you fall into the builder with room to grow to the creator. Okay. I know all of you are beyond launch. So we're not even going there. You want to take your follow up game to the next level. Here's where you're going to find your sweet spot. So with that, not only do we have the platform, but we have some options for you as you migrate around and learn more about the Self-Made Hub. We have tailored programs for every entrepreneur. Maybe you're a do-it-yourself, right? You want full access to the platform and you're just like, let me dive in. Let me jump into all the tutorials and the templates. We got do-it-yourself, right? Grab the membership and do it yourself. Awesome. We have it do it with you. We have an accelerator program, which is super awesome. We'll talk more about that, but it's a 10-week program that we do it with you. We help you build your website, your automations, your funnels, your lead magnets. We help you build all that in 10 weeks. Our next one starts on April 22nd. So you'll see more stuff about that in the future. And then we have done for you. Maybe you're like, I know I need it all, but I don't want to build it. I want to use it. I want to convert. I want to attract. I want to automate, and I want to convert. But I want you guys to build it. We have those options as well as you navigate around on our website. But as I told you in the beginning, we have an exclusive workshop offer, right? When you pick your membership level, the creator, you choose that creator. And there's a few steps that you need to get your account up and running, right? You got to integrate a domain. You got to get your business phone number and you got to get an approval through A2P. And if you're like, what is she even talking about? It is a one-time thing that you ever have to do. Well, we offer a service because we found that most people just don't want to do that front part. They want to get right into automations. They want to get right into the follow-up. They want to get right into the fun stuff of building and scaling their business, that they don't want to do the tech setup. So if you are that individual, we want to offer you a 50% off your tech setup. So when you go to the creator and you go to checkout, there's going to be another line item there that says DFY tech setup. This is what I'm talking about. We will set up all your tech. We'll integrate your domains. We'll get your business phone number. We'll help you get all your social medias integrated, all the things. We'll do it all for you. And we're going to give you half off of that. And the code, write this down or take a picture, is going to be literally type out half off. Half off. That's going to give you half off the DFY tech setup. And let us and you'll hear from myself, you'll hear from our team member, Kathleen, and we will make sure your account is fully set up. Did you get a picture? Okay, take a picture. Last but not least, scan this QR code. This is going to take you right over to our membership options. And we are excited, myself, Jessica, our entire self made team, we are excited to officially, unofficially, but officially welcome you to the Self Made Hub, where you can take your follow up and turn it on autopilot and become the pro you know you need to be, you know you can be, with support, guidance, mentoring, and the templates and the system already done for you. So scan that QR code, join us in the Self Made Hub today, and start turning your leads into customers with an automated follow up. So, with that, does anyone have any questions before I hop off? I just want to say thank you. Thank you for spending time with me tonight. Absolutely. Like Jess said, we want to help you build your business you've been dreaming of. Absolutely. Like you still have so much time left, and I want to give you back time. Let's set up your systems and let us turn them on so you can enjoy life while your business continues to grow. If you have no questions, thank you guys so much for being on, and we cannot wait to officially welcome you into the Self Made Hub. Let us know how we can support you, and you'll be hearing from us. Bye, guys.